If you're from some state other than Florida, you're probably familiar with perennials. But here in Florida, I think we're kind of discovering or maybe rediscovering perennials. Liz Felter, our commercial extension agent here, is with us. And Liz, what do you think? Am I correct about perennials?
I think you are, Tom. We're at a point now where we've refined them, I think, to work in Florida better. And people are starting to catch on to the fact that, perennial is something that lasts more than one season. And once you establish it in your landscape, you can enjoy it for a long time.
Yeah. When I first came to Florida, annuals were king. It was probably because of the amusement parks starting up. It was something fairly quick. And now all of a sudden we're fitting them back into the landscape. So I think we need to start off with a definition. What's the difference between an annual and a perennial?
An annual does a quick show of color for one season, and it's done. Where a perennial will return over and over again in your yard. You get more than one season of color and enjoyment from it.
Yeah, I know we have some other definitions like long-term annual and short-term perennial, but in general, the perennial is going to be the longest lasting plant. Now, why perennials right now?
I think people are getting a lot more bang for their buck, let's put it that way, in the fact that they're beautiful plants, they last a lot longer. And once you get past that first 60 days of establishing them, you can back off on watering them. They're more drought tolerant, and they have less pest and fertilizer needs. And that's really ease of maintenance and maximum enjoyment,
Yeah, and I think the term perennial sometimes makes us believe they're going to last forever, but nothing lasts forever.
No, it doesn't, but we'll enjoy them while we can.
We're going to enjoy them while we can. Now,
right.
You have some neat plants here.
I brought you some new stuff
Tell
today.
us about the one right in front of you, a nice yellow color to it.
So this is lantana, which is not a new plant, but this is lantana Chapel Hill. And why I brought you this today is that this actually is cold tolerant to 0 degrees.
Wow.
So that makes it different than the lantanas we currently have in the landscapes right now. And so this is a beautiful plant that, look how spreading it is.
I know, it fans right out.
Yeah, you have about a 3-foot spread on maturity here, so you don't need to buy a whole lot of them to have it fill in and look really beautiful.
I wonder if it keeps flowering continually like this.
It will continue to flower for 3 seasons. It'll take a break probably in the winter if we have a cool enough winter. And the cool part is it still attracts butterflies to your yard, just like all the other lantanas do.
And it's probably not a nuisance type like we have some lantana that just seeds and comes up everywhere.
Yes, no, it's not. And it's a lot more contained and controlled in that respect.
Right in front of you is another neat one there. Boy, that has a neat ferny look to it.
Isn't that beautiful? That is called bamboo muhly grass.
Okay, we're familiar with muhly grass in general, but this is different.
This has a bamboo-like growth habit. So the nice thing about it, though, is it doesn't crawl around your yard like some bamboos can. And look at the fine texture. Is that beautiful?
That is beautiful.
Light green color,
I know.
pretty. It
Airy.
still blooms. Blooms in the spring. Blooms in the spring just like other fountain grasses do.
Yeah.
Beautiful grass, light green. Does a really nice job as a screen.
It would be neat to even keep that one in a container, I would think.
I
Put it
would
on
think
a patio
so,
or something.
yes,
That would
that's
be nice.
beautiful.
Right down in front, it's one of my old favorites.
My favorite too. I mean, it's almost indestructible. Those people local here to Central Florida will recognize it from the container garden that's in the middle of the 408.
Firecracker plant. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Tough, durable. Can't say enough about it.
Flowers almost year-round.
Continually.
How can you beat that?
I know
So it's just
Rosellia is another
beautiful.
name for it. It's out there. But tough and durable. I have some that's even a little bit of shade, and it's doing okay, but it loves the sun.
Loves the sun. And it's, again, drought tolerant, low maintenance, low fertilizer. How can you beat that?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Now, if we're planting some of these in the ground, in the beginning, we have to really give them some good care, right?
You do. I tell everybody the first 60 days you have them in the ground, you probably need to check watering them probably daily. And then you can start weaning back as it gets established and there's new roots in the ground.
Yeah, down in front of me here, a little grass.
Love that. Breeze grass.
Breeze grass.
Breeze. And the
Because it
reason
blows.
it does, it's beautiful texture, gets in the landscape, and when you have a little bit of breeze, you have this ripple effect. So you have movement as well as texture and shade, some shade tolerance.
Wow, that's kind of nice. Very quickly, what we have here?
Gaillardia Mesa Yellow.
Okay.
More native like Gaillardia. What we like about it is it not only attracts butterflies like other Gaillardia, but native honeybees and other pollinators. Beautiful plant, silvery green color, just gorgeous.
Beautiful. Thank you, Liz, for bringing all these great plants.
You're welcome, Tom, and I hope everybody gets a chance to enjoy them.
I'm sure they will, and if we didn't have time to tell you where to get them, but visit your garden center. These are grown locally here, so you'll be able to find them there, and you can add something a little different to your landscape. Add some perennials. It's fun.